Ladies, gentlemen, and duelists of all ages, welcome to our show. I am your Ojama Blue here doing a product opening of Battle Pack 2, specifically War of the Giants Round 2. And personally, out of most booster packs and booster boxes, I actually like Battle Packs and Mega Tints the most, as they're my favorite sets in the series due to the sheer number of cards you can open. I believe even in this set alone, I believe the number of cards reaches somewhere between 200 to 225, or somewhere in between actually. I think 215 is the right number. So when it comes to opening packs, there's always a good variety in what you look forward to. Though I imagine actually a lot of people have a sort of disdain for these kind of packs due to that very reason. But since I have a tendency to find admiration in many different types of cards, it's actually little wonder personally these are some of my favorite sets to open. Then with that, let's just get started opening it. For those of you that don't know, this set, I believe, revolves around some kind of draft play. There's actually rules in the back that follow after it. But due to these kind of like draft tournaments, a lot of people don't really follow after them and don't really do them, which is kind of sad actually, because the sheer randomness could be quite a bit of fun to open. To start off, this pack in particular comes with 6 packs of the Battle Pack 2 and one 16-card pack of Round 2, which is kind of like a different set altogether. Well, actually not really. I think it comes with the same type of cards, except for like one Ultra set that is exclusive to this box in particular. So with that, let's actually get all these open. They kind of fall out. Let's see. Put these there. Get the rest of these out. They're filled with like some kind of like minor glue, so they can be somewhat hard to open. The amazing thing about this set in general is that they all come with one Mosaic Rare in the set. And in War of the Giants, the 3 Mosaic Rare exclusive cards in the set, as you can see here, are all the God cards. So when you open one Mosaic set and it contains a God card, then you know you've done really well with the pull. So with that, I think we should just actually get started with War of the Giants Round 2. Move these out of the way. Let's proceed to open. Alright. Start off, we have Junk Forward. It's a very interesting card. Ryukyo Field. I remember this one being pretty old. AD Changer. Evil Swarm of Oblivious Wars. Infernity Destroyer is the super of this card set. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict 1600 damage to your opponent. Huh. That's actually not too shabby, actually. Well, you must have no cards in your hand to activate and resolve this effect, so it does follow the Infernity archetype. Particular, so that's very interesting. Big Tusked Mammoth. Adhesive Explosive. RAIGEKI Bottle. Each time a monster you control declares an attack, place a thunder counter on this card. You can send this card with 4 more thunder counters to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay. Golem Sentry. Yomi Ship. That actually comes out as a really nice super, actually, and that's actually not too bad. And our Ultra for this set is Dragoonity Knight Valrahyana. Can't pronounce that at all. Dragoonities was actually a really strong archetype. Actually, I think this is actually like the 3rd most valuable card in the set. The first one is Big Eye, of course, and the second one is High Priestess Prophecy. But I'm very happy with this pull. It looks really nice. Kind of reminds me of Red Gaia, the Fierce Knight, in combination with Curse of Dragons. His effect is, when this card is synchro summoned, you can target one level 3 or lower dragon type Dracoonity monster in your graveyard, equip that target to this card. Once per turn, you can send one equipped card equipped to this card to the graveyard and double this card's attack. So becomes, wow, becomes 38. That's actually really, really strong. So let's place that over here. Montage Dragon. Black Pendant, ooh, that's a bold card. Swallowtail Butterspy. I actually really like this archetype. It's like a kind of like a under-supported rank 4 warrior deck that does a lot of rank 4s, and actually has a couple of actually I think only one exclusive XYZ monster of this archetype. I wish they had more support for it though. Blast and Onahimi. Ooh, it's a spellcaster spirit. I believe this is actually a really old card if I remember correctly. Oh, that was a pretty cool pull in my opinion. So over here, let's get started with the first Battle Pack 2 War of the Giants. First card of the set is Gravity Axe Gnarl. That focuses on the Guardian sets. Ooh, our first Mosaic Rare is Photon Wyvern. When this card is normal or flip summon, destroy all set cards your opponent controls. So it's non-targeted effect. Its high level probably makes it a little unwieldy, but wow. Mosaic Rare actually looks pretty nice when you reflect it into the light. But I imagine a lot of people actually don't like it too much. And Cyber Valley is our rare, I believe. The rares in this set actually are not silver lettered. I believe they're in kind of like a embossed black, as you can kind of see in the light here. They're kind of embossed in, so you could actually see that it is considered a rare value. So Cyber Valley is actually a nice one. Actually, I really like that one. Ixurion Universe and Metal Reflex Slime. Huh. Wow. This was the level 10 trap monster, I believe. That's actually really nice as a common. Moving on to another set, the Obelisk. Open this up, which I'm having trouble doing. Oh my god, hold on. Put this away. Oh my god, I can't open this. There we go. Alright. Overworked. Destroy each monster whose attack is higher than its original attack. Would be actually pretty nice against Zodiac, actually, since it's non-targeted. Our Mosaic Rare is Samurai of the Ice Barrier. Ooh, really nice. It's kind of a shame because I actually liked Ice Barrier as an archetype. I thought they were really cool, but unfortunately they just didn't have enough synergy to really focus on themselves. It's really a shame. Oh, and look, we got a rare Photon Wyvern. That's the embossed black lettering there. Mystical Beast Cerberus and Gilosaurus. Huh. This was old in the dinosaur deck, I believe. It's actually really cool. I always love looking at these old cards. Makes me feel nostalgic. Now let's open up with the Cipher. I think I should open it to the front side or the back side actually, so you won't see the card first. But the first card is Forbidden Chalice. Target one face-up monster on the field until the end of phase. It gains 400 attack, but its effects are negated. I know this card is reused a lot right now in the side deck, or even main deck actually, due to Zodiacs and other effect monsters on the field. Could really help save your cards. Mosaic Rare, Power Giants. You can special summon this card from your hand by sending one level 4 or lower monster from your hand to the graveyard. If you do, decrease this card's level by the level of that monster. If this card attacks or is attacked until the end of damage step, any effect damage you take becomes 0. That's kind of interesting. Not really sure how implied it could be, but perhaps I'll give it a study. Spiked Shield with Chain, so it's kind of like Kunai Chain actually. Target one face-up monster in the field, equip this card to that target, it gains 500 attack. If the equipped monster attacks or is attacked while in defense position, it gains defense equal to attack during damage calculation only. So it's it's a defensive version of Kunai Chain. That's very nice. Cheryon the Mage and Dragon Ice. Ooh, that's interesting. when your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can discard one card, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. But there can only be one Dragon Ice on the field. Huh. Level 5 Dragon Water. I'm pretty sure it could actually be usable somehow, some way. Now, let's see. Let's open up another obelisk. I think I only got one raw out of this set, actually, which is kind of disappointing. I actually like raw, if only his effect wasn't so great. Let's see. Alright, impenetrable attack, common. So what's our mosaic? Prideful Roar. During damage calculations, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with higher attack, pay life points equal to the difference in attack. Your monster gains attack equal to the difference plus 300. So pretty much, due to its mandatory effect, you actually will always beat your opponent by 300. Huh. Pretty cool. Oh, we got another rare, black rare Cyber Valley. Huh. With the sheer variety of this, I'm actually very surprised that I'm getting a lot of duplicates. This usually does not happen to me. That's actually very cool. Not cool, I guess, but very interesting. Arcanist Monk Russian. And Blockman, the original Blockman. Oh man, he was so cool back then. He's actually a really nice card back in the day when he came out. I forgot which set it came out. That saves me for now. Let's go open up this Life Earth. I don't know what I'm talking about. Open the front so we don't see the card. And then, no entry. Change all attack position monsters on the field to defense. And our mosaic, Ferocisaurus. Ooh, that's a really nice vanilla monster actually. This monster's metabolism enables it to endure long periods of cold, harnessing the power to become a creature of solid ice. Nothing else can withstand such temperatures, especially victims of its glacial rampage. It's actually pretty nice. And for our black rare, oh wow, Guardian Angel Jaune. Oh man, I remember using this card back in the day in a pure fairy variant. When it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you gain life points equal to the original attack of that destroyed monster. Ooh, that's a really nice one. I'm actually really happy about that one. So, our commons. The rest of the commons is Zolga, which is a card used by Ishizu, I believe, in the original anime. And Photon Thrasher, actually. Ooh, that's actually a really nice common to pull. Used a lot in rank 4 decks, and it was used in ABCs, actually. It's a really nice common to pull. And for the final card or pack is an obelisk. So let's get it open and see what the final card is there. Can we pull something really great? Who knows? Who knows? You never know with these kind of cards. And always, the suspense always really kills me. Alright. Mask of Weakness. Target attacking monster. That target loses 700 attack until end phase. Not so great, but the Mask series had potential actually to be kind of like its own semi-archetype. Umbra and what's his name? It's I don't know, it was like the tag duel between Kaiba and Yugi with two other rare hunters actually. So what's our mosaic? Strike Slash. That's a very interesting one. When a monster you control declares an attack, until the end phase, that monster gains 700 attack. Also, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. That's actually interesting. It's just only for the single turn, but actually not too bad. And for our embossed rare, oh, Potigrade. It's the only card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That has the shortest text ever. Literally, draw 2 cards. You don't see any kind of text in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now with just this singular 3 lines anymore. Not at all. Except maybe the only card game I can think of that has remotely that is Pokemon. And let's not talk about that. Oh, that's actually really nice. So a really good surprise. The last one. Alright. Submarine Roid. And the final card is Tiki Curse. It's a trap monster. Special summon this card as an effect monster. This card is also a trap card, while this card is an effect monster. Or if another trap monster feels not to damage it. Oh, so it automatically destroys the monster that attacks. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, let's see. Let's push all of our different rares and sets over here. So I'm actually kind of surprised that we actually got 2 copies of the same rarity. We got 2 Cyber Valleys of black rare embossed, and then we got a black embossed Photon Wyvern and a Mosaic Rare Photon Wyvern. And we top it all with a Dragoonini Knight for our draft. That's actually, I don't know, I don't think I did too bad necessarily. But at the same time, I was just kind of disappointed that I pulled a lot of multiples. But, you know, that's the beauty and the pain that revolves around these kind of sets. You know, you never know what you're going to pull. And that finalizes it. Well, that will conclude it all for now. So, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned though, the fun is just getting started.